literally seen somebody say breastfeeding is nasty. Come on, sis. Hi guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel, A Little Ray of Sunshine. If you're new here, welcome. It's been a minute since I did a video. Life has been crazy, I'm sure, as you guys know, but I figured I'd use this time to go ahead and revamp my channel, get things flowing again. So the first video back is about breastfeeding. Yep, breastfeeding. I've been waiting to do this video because I wanted to make sure that I had all the information and all the questions that I needed to put in here. So I'm just gonna get right into it. So the number one question that I get about breastfeeding is, does it hurt? And that's understandable. Your breasts go from being sensual and sexual and playful to being someone's source of nourishment, and that's a huge change. So for me, I have a high tolerance of pain, so it did not hurt me. It was just a little bit of discomfort. And unlike other people who they said their breasts got tender, their nipples got tender or cracked, they could feel the milk being produced, they could feel the letdown of the milk, they could feel when it was time to pump or breastfeed. I only felt that for the first couple weeks, and then less than a month I didn't feel anything. So like I could go a couple of days without feeling like I needed to pump or anything like that. I read online that it has nothing to do with breast size. However, I think it plays a part talking to other people. But hey, that's just my opinion. But like I said, I do have a high tolerance for pain. Therefore, it did not hurt me until my daughter started gumming / teething. And then when she got teeth, whew, yeah, I would have to yell like, ah! And she would look at me, and then she would kind of stop doing what she was doing. But other than that, it was a pretty simple process. I would say it doesn't hurt, but unlike other people, I really didn't feel anything. The second question I get the most is, how long did I plan on breastfeeding, or how long did I or am I breastfeeding for? So I was planning on breastfeeding only for a year, but I ended up breastfeeding for 18 months. So my daughter is 18 months by the time this video is posted, and that is my cutoff for her. We are actually in the process of weaning her off. However, it's kind of difficult when that's a part of her nighttime routine or when she's sick. But yes, she is being weaned off. She went from me being her sole nourishment to being just something that she needs when she needs to go to bed and she's fighting it, or when she's sick. So like I said, I've been doing it for 18 months. That's a huge accomplishment. Most people don't get that far, and I'm super proud of myself. I didn't think I was gonna get that far, but I'm done. Another question that I get is, what do you do when your supply seems like it is running low? My supply was pretty heavy, actually, especially within the first couple of months. I made the mistake of not pumping while breastfeeding. I either did one or the other. So like when I refer to breastfeeding, my daughter has never had formula. They tried to give it to her in the hospital. She wouldn't take it. They did not get my blessing, so I was upset about that. But she's never had formula. So when I say breastfeeding, I literally mean her feeding off of my breast. However, we also did give her bottles with breast milk in it. So I just wanted to clarify that. But I did not do a good job of breastfeeding and pumping at the same time, which means that after your child or before your child eats, you're pumping and then you feed them and then you pump again. I didn't do that. I was really lazy through this process. Actually, I was kind of shook that I lasted this long. But I would say if you're going to maintain it and you feel like, you know, your supply is getting low, try pumping in between feedings if you can and see how that does. But I also used some supplements to help me build my supply naturally. So the first thing I did was I just ate oatmeal pretty regularly in the morning. That apparently helps with your supply. So that was something that I did. I love oatmeal. It was not a problem for me. I also continued to eat nutritiously. So I ate a lot of fruits and vegetables and drank a lot of water. But obviously, breastfeeding takes a lot of calories out of you. So sometimes, you know, you can't keep up with the demand. So I also used a couple of products as well. So the first thing that I used were these lactation cookies. They are chocolate salted caramel cookies, and they come in bags of 10, and then there's about 5 or 6 cookies in each bag. These actually taste pretty good for what they are. They're really dry, but I think it's because they have oatmeal in them. And like I said, oatmeal kind of helps with lactation, but these are pretty good for what they are. They're not like unedible at all. You can definitely eat them as a snack. But yeah, I would definitely recommend these. I put these in my diaper bag. I had them in my room. They were just kind of scattered all around the house. A couple of times our dog got them, so I had to watch her. But yeah, I would highly recommend these. I got these from Target, and then they also sell them on Amazon. The company for these is called Munchkin Milk Makers, but I also use this company called Upspring, which I'll show you another product from them. But these, 10 out of 10. So speaking of Upspring, I also used this product. It is a milk flow breastfeeding supplement. It is chocolate flavored supplement drink. You can do it hot or cold. You put it in milk, any type of milk that you drink, or you can put it in water. I wouldn't recommend that, but hey, to each his own. It tastes like chocolate milk, just without any like sugars added or anything like that, so it's not sweet. But it definitely did help. They also have a berry flavored or a citrus flavored one that you can put into your water. I used a lot of those. That's why I don't have any more to show you guys, but I would recommend any type of drink supplement. They're just easy to do. So I would do these when I woke up in the morning and when I went to bed. And like I said, they taste like, so the berry flavored, the ones that you put in your water, it tastes like Crystal Light without sugar. These taste like a chocolate milk without sugar. So they're good if you can tolerate it. I used to chug them just so I would know that I drank it all. And then I also was recommended to take Mother's Milk. So this is Organics Mother's Milk Tea. It is, I drink the traditionally medicinal one, and it says right on here, promotes healthy lactation. So this is something that I would do again in the morning or at night, depending on how my day went. But I would just heat this up and just drink it straight. I wouldn't add any sugar or any flavoring to it. I would just drink it straight, and this helped maintain my supply. Like I said, I slacked at pumping. So I did pump, but I didn't pump as regularly as I should have. But my friend, she pumped more than she did breast to mouth contact feeding. So she was able to tell me that her supply was going very well with these supplement products. We use the same ones. I just knew that my daughter didn't get hungry eating off of me, so I knew that they were working. Some tips that I would say is obviously eat well, drink right, drink lots of water, eat lots of fruits and vegetables. What you're intaking is what your child is intaking too. So you want to make sure that all the nutrients that you need, that you're giving to your child. But it's okay to have a cheeseburger or ice cream. Just make sure that's not the only thing that you're eating throughout the day. Also, to remain kind of active. When you have a baby, you get tired and stuff like that. But me and my friend, we would walk the mall. We would walk outside when it was warm. I did start working out a little bit and then slacked off. That's a never-ending battle. But I just remain active in any way, shape, or form. If you feel like your supply is getting low, use any of those supplements that I recommended, or look online. There's some natural supplements that you can use as well that I just didn't get to try. What else? I would also recommend, like I said, pumping and breastfeeding at the same time. But also, if you can't do that and you only do one or the other, that is a-okay. Whatever is going to work best for you. Everybody's body is different, so don't get discouraged if you don't have any milk in the freezer, or if you don't have any extra. As long as your child is getting fed here and now, that's all that matters. Now, do I recommend pumping and having at least a couple days worth in the freezer? Absolutely. If something happens where you're sick, or they have to give you medicine that is not going to do well with breastfeeding, or you know, you have to go out of town for some reason on an emergency, or whatever the case may be, you definitely want to have that extra milk in the freezer. However, if you don't and you can take your child with you, it's fine. It's fine. Do what you got to do for your child. So another question that I get asked so much is breastfeeding worth it? Is it the best method to feed your baby? This is my personal opinion. I formed it using my own experience as well as doing scientific research. Also, being a Christian, I just feel like God provides for you. If he can feed the little birds, he can feed us, and I think this is a method that he has given us to feed our children. So yes, I do think that breastfeeding is the best source of food and nourishment for your child until they are the age of 1, especially within the first 6 months when they cannot have food. However, feed your child however you can, whatever is the healthiest and best method for you to feed your child. I personally decided that I was going to commit to breastfeeding because it was free. It was free. I personally did not want to spend $40-50 every other day on formula. That just wasn't it for me. But I also considered, my daughter did not ask to be here. She did not ask to be a part of this world. I brought her into this world along with my husband, and it was our commitment to do what was best for our child and to do better for her than what was done for us, and to make it an initiative to support her and elevate her in any way that we could. And so the first stages were for me to take on and say, hey, I'm gonna breastfeed you. I just thought that there's been scientific proof that it helps with neurological development, it helps with nutrition, it helps keep and fight, it will build your immune system, just things like that. So I just wanted to make sure that I gave my daughter the best fighting chance. However, I am not against breastfeeding if you just never built a supply. Sometimes our bodies do not do what we plan, okay? That's fine. I also don't mind if, like, your job, if you have to work to provide for your kid and your job is not allowing you to pump as frequently as you need to, or you know, you're so busy that you can't latch, or whatever the case may be, completely fine with it. What I don't like is that people say, oh, I didn't want to because I thought it was gonna hurt, or that's nasty. I've literally seen somebody say breastfeeding is nasty. Come on, sis. I've also heard that, oh, I didn't want to give up drinking, or I didn't want to give up smoking, so I just put them on formula. That's selfish. I also think it's selfish to discourage someone from breastfeeding because it's not convenient for you or not convenient for them. Parenthood is inconvenient. Like I said, your child did not ask to be here. Therefore, we have to take some sacrifices to make sure that they have the best life that they can have. Like I said, that is just my opinion on breastfeeding. I did what I thought was best for my child. I'm not going to shun any mom for what they did for their child. Another question that I get is, am I going to miss breastfeeding? Absolutely. That was just my personal time with my daughter. That was something that only I could give her. I was the only one in the house that could genuinely put her to sleep because I had the goods. But I am gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss just our one-on-one time every morning, every night. However, I am excited for the fact that I can incorporate her dad into our nighttime routine. He's always been in it, but he could never put her to sleep. And now for the last couple of nights, he's been the main one putting her to sleep, and she stayed asleep through the whole night. So I'm super excited about that. It is an adjustment, obviously. But I am excited for the next transition. I'm also excited that you know, she's doing really well eating. She's doing really well drinking other things such as water and milk and juice. So that is very exciting for me, just seeing my daughter grow. While we want to keep them so small and so squishy, I'm excited to see what the next chapter of our lives bring. So I hope you really enjoyed my video. I hope that I answered some of the questions that you had. Feel free to comment below and ask any, or just comment your experience. If you like this video, subscribe for future videos, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.